Hi Capricorn, this is Amani, and this is your shortened version of the week of April 10th to April 16th, 2017. I am doing this for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, okay? So on Monday, you have the Nine of Earth here. The Nine of Earth I was getting, it has to do with going back to school, money for school is what I feel like too, and even trying to look into financial aid is what I feel like with this. And with this, I'd also feel like there's someone that you're pursuing, or there's someone else in your energy that may need some help. Okay, so it could be another earth sign, it could be like a younger person, it could be a child, is what I feel like an air sign child, or an air sign individual that is looking for help for you on the financial front. Okay, so either you're going to this person for help in terms of your finances, or this person is coming to you. And with this, I feel like there's some kind of teaming up going on with you and an air sign person. So you could be trying to meet up with them, you could be trying to spend time with them, etc. If not that, you're trying to meet up with another Capricorn, okay, and you're trying to figure out, okay, what time should I leave, etc. All right, and this person I feel like is a little bit, there's some element of someone feeling a bit stumped. They're confused about something, and for some reason I feel like it could have to do with another Capricorn like yourself, or if this is you, someone is confused about you, and it could be like an air sign is confused about you, etc. There's some kind of communication going on here. Okay, and I feel like if you're working, your job is a bit is overloading your time. I feel like it's a bit tiring. You don't really have time to be at home, and maybe that's why there's a need to be at home as well. So maybe there's some kind of situation where maybe you have an air sign child, or maybe you work with air sign kids, and like that person needs you around, or you're needed by someone else. Someone needs your help is on Monday, is what it feels like to me. Okay, on Tuesday you have the Eight of Fire here. So with this, I was getting something like there's some kind of communication that's a little bit delayed, and it could have to do with something on Monday. All right, and with this, I feel like I'm even getting like a rehearsal dinner. So maybe someone is getting invited to a rehearsal dinner, like for planning a wedding, etc. If not that, I do feel like there's some kind of failed communication, as with on Monday you're explaining your position as to why you couldn't show up to something, why you didn't show up to work. If this is like you visiting a family member or a friend, they're trying to figure out, okay, why couldn't you make it. If not that, I do feel like you could have managed to meet up with someone, but it's almost like they are in much more need of your time. So whereas you said, okay, I'll come on Monday, they're asking you to come again on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's about you really finding the time to communicate with this other person. I feel like they're another Capricorn. They're either a Capricorn or even a fire sign individual, that this person could be communicating something with you that could have occurred on Monday, is what it feels like, having to do with a younger person, a younger child, etc. On Wednesday, you have the Three of Fire here. So you got a lot of fire sign energy. You could be communicating with a fire sign about a younger earth sign, is what it feels like to me. And with this, I'm feeling like someone is trying to wrap their brain around a situation. So it could be like whereas like I feel availability. So if this is a fire sign that is in need of your time, they're trying to make time to be available to you, or you're trying to make the time to be available to them, is what I feel like. But for some reason, there's some kind of difficulty in meeting this person. They may be far away, you may be far away from them, and I feel like I said, like on Tuesdays, there's some kind of element, some kind of stumped energy going on in terms of communicating with this person. And I feel like they're traveling closer to you. This could even be like in a relationship where someone is like moving closer to you, is what it feels like to me. Okay, and this person, if they're a fire sign, they're trying to relieve you of your stress. So this is why I feel like this kind of travel is associated solely for someone to be relieved of stress. On Thursday, what you have is you have the earth element. Okay, so you got a lot of earth, a lot of your energy going on here. And with this, it could be communications coming from other earth signs, etc. I feel like there's some kind of situation going on whereas earlier in the week, your fire sign was wondering, okay, why hasn't she been communicating? What's going on? So it feels like a very communication driven week to me. And it also feels like not only communication, but you also being available to someone else that is in need of your time is what it feels like to me. Okay, and with this, I also get closing the deal. So there's some kind of deal being closed. It could be a relationship, whereas maybe you're practicing to move. You're going into a new relationship, and you're like kind of like carefully going into this new relationship. Okay, there's a lot to learn from this person is what I feel like. Could be an earth sign. It could even be a fire sign. There's a lot to learn from them. I feel like this could even be like a past person coming back and they change and you're like learning from them. Whereas the communication, they could be saying, okay, I'm coming to visit. Do you want to go out to eat or something? Is what it feels like to me. So a very communication driven week for you so far. All right. So Friday going into the weekend, this is Friday, you have the 3 of air here. This could have to do with air signs like an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And with this, it represents like some kind of sadness, pain, but it's not extreme pain and sadness to me. This is similar to if you like if you scraped your elbow and that caused kind of pain, if you heard about somebody broke their back, etc. This is just examples of the minor. It's a 3, so it's a very minor energy going on here. And with this, I do feel like there's some kind of heartache. It could have to do with an air sign, like I said. They could be depressed about you, or you're depressed about them, but I feel more so they're depressed about something that could have occurred with you. Maybe that's whereas on Monday where you needing money to get to them and you asking them, maybe you don't have any money and you're asking them for money for whatever reason, and you weren't they weren't able to give it to you when you needed it, possibly to get to a fire sign or to spend time with another earth sign. Okay, is what I also feel like. And yeah, I definitely feel like someone is in like financial detriment. I feel this very strongly here. And it has to do with like communications and getting to someone very quickly. On Saturday, you have the 9 of fire. Okay, the 9 of fire is like defending yourself. It could be defending your spiritual views. It could be just having to defend your placement in life. I feel like someone may be judging you, talking about maybe you need to pick up more work. It could even be like a loss of a job where someone is saying, okay, maybe you're not fit enough, or you're saying this to someone else. This could even be a relationship where someone is trying to prove themselves to you and it's just not really working out, and they're defending their place towards you is what it feels like to me. It almost seems like you wanted to spend time with someone that promised that they were going to change, but maybe they just ended up being the same way is what it seems like to me. And with this, I do feel like they're heavily defending themselves towards you. They are a fire sign. I feel this very strongly. And I feel like not only that, they're confused about another earth sign that's attached to you. And that's why there's a block in terms of you moving forward with this person in a relationship. On Sunday, you have Ogun. Ogun represents Cancer. It also is seen as the Chariot. Okay, so it's about moving forward, moving away from this difficult energy that you had, possibly with a relationship, possibly with not having any money enough to help someone out when they needed you the most, or when they needed the money the most, etc. Okay, even like emotional availability. Someone wasn't emotionally available for you at the moment is what it feels like. And it could have been an earth sign or a fire or an air sign was not emotionally available to you. But for some reason, I feel like if this is a person that's showing up here, I feel like if you are a woman looking into other men, there was another man in the middle of you trying to move forward with a fire sign male is what it feels like to me. And they could be a Cancer. Okay, and it's almost like you having to make a decision. Okay, do I want to move forward with this person, or do I want to move forward with the fire sign person is what I feel like. Okay, so it feels very much so you trying to come to conclusion about a situation, how to move forward, or even like using this person as a means to push ahead. Okay, all right then, Capricorn, that concludes it. I hope that you have a blessed week. Take care. Bye.